It's time for To the Max Sports, where we talk about sports. They're just two guys, Max and Drew, in a bar talking all things sports. Well, without the bar. And the beer. Wait, why aren't we in the bar?
Hello, folks, and welcome. Y'all know what time it is. To the Max Sports. So, guys, I did something this weekend, this Sunday, that I haven't done all football season.
Okay. Did you not watch football?
It was legal. No, I sauntered into a sports bar, grabbed a tall ale and some lunch, and proceeded to watch every single game that was being shown on the early games.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I got some musings about a couple of them.
I do that at home. It's called the Redzone.
Yeah, but that's kind of distracting. I like everything going off immediately. And they actually did have the red zone.
They had all the games, and then they had the red zone.
It's kind of distracting, but it was still cool.
Yeah, what's weird for me is, so I was at walk-ons on Sunday afternoon.
Okay.
And it was the end of the early games, beginning of the second games, and because of the way we were seated and the televisions, we weren't able to see the Viking-Bill game, and actually they cut away from the Viking-Bill game to pick up the afternoon game, the later game.
Yeah.
So I started watching it on a red zone, and then I picked it up on another TV, which was taking a direct feed. So I'm watching the direct feed about 4 or 5 seconds before I'm seeing it on the red zone. I'm like, this is confusing.
Yeah, walk-ons, I've been there. I don't know, it's kind of a tough venue to see all the games at once. But having said that, I do have some musings about each game.
Okay, there you go.
What do you think about that Buffalo game? That was weirder than an uncircumcised Hebrew. The ending of that.
Wow.
I think what he meant was that was a great catch on fourth down.
But Buffalo lost in a way that even Dallas hasn't lost.
That game was weird so many different ways. We had the QB sneak that ended up in a fumble. How the heck does that happen? And then you have the Viking defense basically doing like the guards and Monty Python and the Holy Grail and just let them, hey, where are you going? They marched down that field with like nothing on the clock. It was like Kansas City, in 13 seconds.
Yeah, the first half was Buffalo total domination, but the second half just got strange. Buffalo gave the game away. I don't necessarily think that. I think Buffalo's a better team.
No respect for the Vikings?
Who's they've lost one game to Philadelphia, but if the Vikings would have been able to run the ball, they would be undefeated right now.
Yeah. 7-1 or 8-1 or whatever it is.
8-1, yeah.
Actually, the new kid on the block who I'm very impressed with, Miami, man. Miami they just look great. Tua looks great. Waddle, their receivers.
We have applications for the 2-and-On group outside. You can sign up to be a member of 2-and-On.
But they do look good.
Yeah, they're
Really
7-3.
Yeah.
Do you know how much Tua makes? You want to take a guess?
Is he in the first of it? He's in his $5 million.
No, about 3.5.
Yeah, well, he's going to get paid.
That is a huge bargan.
Yeah,
Rookie quarterback contracts are crazy.
Well, they had a lot of conversation when he came out of college about his arm, but it looks fine to me.
It's fine for the NFL.
Yeah.
It's fine for a functional quarterback. Is he going to sit at the Pro Bowl skills competition because they're not going to play the game and throw 80 yards in the air? No. But an actual functional NFL quarterback does not have to throw that far. Look at Peyton Manning in his last season, who didn't have the arm strength to throw 10 yards and still threw fades out and screwed up defenses.
When you look at the AFC, there's only 2 quarterbacks that I would take before Tua. In the AFC, Josh Allen, of course, and then the next one is who's that guy from Kansas City?
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, those 2. Other than that, I mean, I love Justin Herbert for San Diego, but
Burrows?
No,
Lamar.
I would take Tua because he just plays a safe game. I mean, Lamar, yeah, he's going to get paid. He's a great quarterback, but you got to take me to the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Lamar's he's going to wow you, and then he's just going to have you throwing your shoe at the TV
yeah.
the next play.
So with that being said, I mean, Denver, Raiders, Houston, Jacksonville, Indy, let's just go down the list. Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Buffalo. I mean, we'll put Buffalo, Josh Allen, but then New England, Jets. I mean, Tua, you said it. He's doing well.
No, right now, I had Buffalo going to the Super Bowl, but I think these two teams, it will be one of the two in that division. I think it's either going to be Miami or Buffalo.
Yeah.
So whoever wins that division will win the conference and go to the Super Bowl.
And I think if I had to put money on those two on a neutral field, all things being equal, I think I take Miami. And not because I think Tua is the better quarterback between the two of them. I think Josh Allen is a better quarterback. Unfortunately, they put a lot of reliance on what Josh Allen does. He has to do well. Tua has a lot of other stuff around him, and I like that nerd who is their head coach.
Daniel, or what's his name? Not Daniel. What is his name?
Oh wow, this is great radio.
Bill Gates?
No, not no.
No. I can't remember his name.
He used to be a 49er coach.
Well, I said last week he looked like some guy that stepped out of Silicon Valley,
Oh yeah,
he does. He does.
No, he's a nerd.
Isn't he from the same tree of Kyle Shanahan?
Mike McDaniel.
Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah. He was in that same Kyle Shanahan, McVay, a lot of others. That's a very interesting
He's
group.
all in that family tree.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you've picked your AFC. What about the NFC?
Well, the NFC.
You're still sticking with Philly?
Man, I'm changing my deal here.
Because you got Philly and the Giants.
I hate to say this, man.
The Giants, who you think is the
Giants,
the best quarterback there.
I'm still waiting for my pizza, and it's coming.
Don't expect much. I mean, they are doing a lot better than I thought they were going to, but I still think the Eagles got nipped by the Manders.
It's San Francisco, man.
Now, I'll agree with you on that one.
San Francisco found the missing link.
But have they?
Yes.
Well, explain to me then why 2 first and goals and both of them ended up in field goals. And we had to get an interception to seal that game. Yes, I'm a 49ers fan.
Yes.
I'm not a 49ers.
Ohio State.
That's the only time we can say we is when we're talking about Ohio State.
No, when we're talking about football, everyone says we. Baseball, they. Basketball.
At the end of
49ers.
At the end of the day, I just think that they had some red zone issues, but at the end of the day, they're the best team right now representing the NFC.
Oh, no. I actually disagree with you. They're not the best team right now. Will they be the best team for a playoff run? They very well could be. They got to get healthy. They got to get all their weapons back. Garoppolo needs to be a little bit more effective going downfield. So I would like to see them have a few more downfield weapons. They're good on the interior, McCaffrey, Debo, Kittle, but their downfield weapons leave something to be lacking.
But that's okay when you have a superior defense. And I like their defense.
I like
Buffalo's defense.
Okay.
So right now it's going to be San Francisco and the Buffalo Bills.
Wow. So you're leaving Minnesota and Philly out. Yes. Minnesota's lost 1 game. And Minnesota
lost 2 games.
They've lost 1.
Well, they lost that game last week.
They won.
And a Tom Brady who's lost a lot of weight. How much does Giselle Bundchen weigh?
I need to ask that jiu-jitsu
when I see her tonight, I'll ask
coach, because the one that she's dating now, I need to ask him because he keeps carrying her. Man, she moved on quick, didn't she?
I think it's been set up for a while.
Yeah, I think she moved on years ago.
Oh yeah, and she moved right across the pond, lake, whatever it's called, their canal. That lady. Anyway, you'll be okay, Tom. I'm praying for you.
Yeah, I'm not praying for him because he doesn't need my prayers. Doing pretty damn well all on his own.
Yeah, I can't wait. You know what I'm waiting for Tom Brady, honestly? Him and Gronk, when they go to the Kentucky Derby, and they're sitting there all decked out, drinking their mint tulips, and how many female bodies are going to be kind of just like hovering all over them, just dangling all over them. That's going to be cool.
Yeah. Yeah, and talking about the Derby, I mean, for Drew, our resident horse guy, what do you think of Flightline, man?
Oh, That horse is crazy good. Secretariat, you can put those names. Cigar.
That's what they're saying. Yeah.
Probably the best horse. I mean, since I really got involved in the sport, as a kid when Secretariat and the who was the other horse always competed with Secretariat. They had a one-on-one race with both of them. Name slips on my mind.
Secretariat, Man of War.
No, Man of War's in the 40s. But at any rate, horse is good.
Seabiscuit.
That's 40 stuff. In
Black
the 70s,
Beauty.
there was always a duel between who was the better horse, Secretariat or I think Bob's punching away on the
Citation.
it wasn't Citation.
No, it wasn't Citation. Oh, I'm trying to figure out the race.
It's a 2-horse race.
Wow. Again, great. Man of War.
Man of War.
Yeah.
I said Man of War.
Well, those two raced against each
A
other.
match
in the 40s.
made in heaven.
But there was 2 horses that won the Triple Crown in the 70s.
God.
One of them was Secretariat.
This was after
and,
Secretariat died.
I can't remember the other.
I'm not reading the news well. We'll
anyway.
come back to it. Anyway,
Yeah, horse-
Flightline. What I'm more impressed on is if he was a human, he'd get put in jail for what they're doing with him. He's getting $200,000 a pop stud fee.
That's
He's
cheap. It's gotta
he's
be
an
more than that.
equine gigolo.
I think it's more than that.
No, $200,000 a pop. He's got a valuation of $200 million.
I think his stud fee is probably going to run about $2.1 million.
No,
Are we still talking about Brady, or are we talking about the race?
Well, we're talking about studs. We can put what's Brady's stud fee?
I don't know. Ask Giselle. No, his Flightline stand to 2023 season for $200,000 for a stud fee.
Yeah, he's a stud.
Anyway,
I'm sure
sorry for the diatribe.
I'm sure
aside.
they are pleasuring him as we speak.
He was not. It was not close in any of the races except the one race that he came out of the gate a little wonky.
Yeah,
and then he just killed him.
I had a very, very nice Reader's Cup. I did very well.
Good for you.
Yeah, it's fun. So we did our picks for last week. You guys made a little ground on me.
Yes. So overall, well, let's go over last week. So last week, Drew, you finished, where do I have you at? Oh, we all zeroed there.
I was 2-1.
Drew, yes, you were 2-1. Bob was 1-2.
Yay!
And I was 2-1. So that takes us to the yearly. We are, or Drew, 18-12, Bob 13-17, and Max 11-10.
So Max has climbed above 500. If you still want to make money, listen to my picks, which we have right now. Don't listen to Bob's.
What do you mean?
We have
Bob,
Thursday.
you got some work to do.
Yeah, I'm at the base camp for Mount 500. Me and the Sherpas are getting ready to ascend.
I'm going to tell you what I used to tell people before I let them go in management. Grab your purse and follow me, please.
Nice.
When you heard that, your time at the company was over.
Nice. I actually just watched Molly's game last night, and there was a line in there from Molly's game about when a gambler says something about, I'm just going to get back to even, and then I'm out of here.
Oh, famous last words of a gambler.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure.
With
So
Thursday, I'm
some picks
sorry.
tonight?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I was
go
going to say
ahead.
with Thursdays to get tonight. Man, I don't even want to say that word, but the Packers are at home again playing the Titans. Titans 6-3, Packers 4-6, and they have Green Bay at -3.
I don't understand this line. Whether this was bet this way, whether this is a trap. I mean, they had to give the Titans points so that money could go that way. I don't understand this line.
So now you're back on Team Packer.
No, I'm not on Team Packer.
No, he's saying
the Packers should not be favored in this game.
Well, they're the home field team, and they just beat the Cowboys.
No, the Cowboys beat themselves.
What? Then so did Buffalo. Thank you.
he said so. I'm going to go with the Titans on this one with the points.
Yeah, so am I.
Are you? That's because I've been listening to what you've been saying. I've been taking notes. So from what your information, which has helped me, Drew.
And it can help you too out there. These are free picks.
Hey,
Thank me later.
take the Titans with the points. Bob? Don't listen to Bob.
My head, to try to get back to Mount 500, says go with the pack and go against the flow. The reality is
Do it, Bob.
I mean, I have to go with the Titans. I mean, Derrick Henry, what I didn't see the Cowboys do all that well was run.
Yeah. And they only have Pollard.
Yeah, so I mean, Derrick Henry against that Packer defense.
Is Tannehill playing?
Yes.
Yeah. They'll be fine.
Tannehill's playing. Tannehill playing, they win this. Without Tannehill, the Titans won't win this.
I think it'll be a grinded out kind of game.
And then my other X factor in this game is, does Aaron Rodgers come? It looked like Aaron Rodgers didn't really care about playing football for 3 quarters, and he said, "Oh, I'm playing football again."
I think that haircut made all the difference.
So, well, does he care about this game? Does he come out and play?
I think he does.
Yeah, he's a pro.
But I don't think they can stop the run, so we're going with the Titans.
Okay, we're all going for the Titans.
There we go. So Sunday.
They're going to do what Dallas didn't do, run the football.
Yes.
And
Sunday
check
night.
off receivers and play defense.
And either
All of
punt
the
or kick a
above.
field goal on 4th down.
Yeah, on 4th down, yes. Now, and not going to give up 14 points going into the 4th quarter. The Chiefs are going into Los Angeles, and they're going to play the Chargers at 5-4, Chiefs 7-2. This one, Sunday night, it has the Chiefs at -6.
Man, you give me a home team and getting 6 points and a capable offense. Give me San Diego in the 6 points at home.
But,
yeah,
but is it capable? They didn't look all that capable. I mean, I know the 49ers have a good defense. They didn't look that capable against the 49ers.
But like I said, I do remember that I took the Chargers last week because they averaged 23 points a game. So you give me those 23 average, that means that KC, which could do it, needs to score at least 31 or 32 just to cover the average. So, yeah, give me Charger.
Bob?
I got to take the Chargers in a divisional game at home. This should be tighter than that, with the potential that it ends up being a blowout and Mahomes airs it out.
It could be a sucker bet, and we're thinking like we do, and then the Niners or Chiefs come in and just waylay them.
Yeah.
Next.
I'm going with the waylay, the Chiefs.
Okay. I mean, there's not a lot I can argue about that.
I'm just doing it so I can catch up.
I mean,
Like that's made up.
No, but
Like-
KC with their offense, they could go in there and lay wood. I don't know what's going on with St. Hilaire, but you get him going.
I mean, are the Chiefs going to take some cues from Primo? Laywood? We can't go by without me making a joke.
That would be your
cock
female chicken.
rooster.
The female chicken. Yeah, the cock.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know something? Switch my pick. I'm going to go with the Chiefs.
All right, Bob. We're going over here. Bob is moving to the Chiefs.
Thank you, Bob.
Over-under's 51, and I'm going to take the over.
What you do with Bob is what you do with Jim Cramer. Jim Cramer is the stock picker. Just do the opposite stock, whatever he picks.
Our final game of the week, Monday night. 49ers on the road, and the Cardinals on the road, though this is a Cardinals home game, in Mexico City at altitude. 49ers at the Cardinals. 49ers favored by 8 in a divisional game.
I don't even
Hello
think about
and
this one.
welcome
No,
to
just-
Monday Night Football, folks. We've got a good one for you tonight.
That's Howard Cosell.
That is my Howard Cosell. Yes, I've just dated myself. Who do we have again, Max?
We have the Cardinals and the 49ers, and I'm going with the 49ers, and that's it. I'm just stamping it with that. I think the Cardinals.
What's the line?
-8. 49ers.
God.
Yeah.
So here's my philosophy. I love the 49ers, but again, if I'm getting that many points with the team that's capable, has a capable offense, I will always take the points. So give me Cardinal.
You do know
Let's
that
see.
Murray isn't playing, right?
Who's playing for
Their
him?
backup is
Colt McCoy.
who was also hurt.
Colt's out?
Well, he got hurt last week. He got hurt. I'm not sure if
That game
if
sucks.
Colt is going to start and play, but I don't know if he completed the game last.
You know what? I'm going to give you guys a chance to make up all those losses. Go ahead, and I'm going to stay with Arizona.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, right now, according to the injury report posted on ESPN, McCoy's questionable with a minor knee injury. Murray's still questionable, hamstring. Marquise Brown is in IR, and Zach Ertz is out for the season.
Yeah. Questionable usually means they're starting. So.
Yeah, but I think the word on the street is McCoy is starting and Murray is not.
Give me Cardinals.
Okay, you can have the Cardinals. I'm going to take the 49ers, and Jimmy G busts out. McCaffrey has another great game.
Yeah, I think San Francisco will win it. I just don't think they'll cover.
We'll see.
Yeah, Jimmy G, I think he's going to do a good job. He's going to take his date down to Mexico with him. Sonny Dykes. Joking. No, I think Jimmy does a good job down in Mexico.
Got to get our obligatory Sonny Dyke in there.
Yeah. So
speaking of Sonny Dykes, he goes to Waco. Wacko. Sonny Dyke going to Wacko.
Yeah.
This weekend. Any thoughts on that? You're the Baylor guy.
Yeah, and with that, that is Baylor's rival. It's TCU. It's just like Oklahoma and Texas. It doesn't matter the record. They have them in Waco, and I think Baylor was overlooking last week, and they got dominated. They got beat pretty good. I think this is the week where they kind of, as they would say on ESPN, circle the wagons.
Yeah, nutcracking time.
This might be the week that they shake it up a little bit, and I see TCU coming a little short this week. So.
If you had one game in college football to pick, anyone, I do like Kansas State to cover against West Virginia. West Virginia.
Yeah, I think you're going to have a couple of them. You have USC and UCLA. UCLA 8-2, USC 9-1. You know that one.
I haven't watched enough of that to formulate an opinion.
I think USC is going to take that one, and then you have Utah 8-2 against Oregon. I could see Utah upsetting Oregon.
They've done it before. Yeah. They could do it again.
So, what do you think about the USC UCLA game?
I think USC remains with that one loss, and I think they're going to shake it up a little bit. Right now, they're ranked 7th. I think they win. They win this week with Lincoln Riley calling the plays, and I think they move up to maybe the number 6 spot.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't see that happening.
TCU losing, and then
if TCU loses, but at the end of the day, if TCU loses, do you take a 2-loss LSU if LSU goes into Georgia and beats Georgia over South Carolina?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Then that's the one. But again, my thing is, and Drew knows that I am not a big Big Ten, fan. I love Michigan because I was born there. But you know what? How can you leave these two teams out? Whoever loses one game, you still have to kind of debate a little bit if they're going to be in the top 5. But
I think it depends on how that game goes down.
Okay.
If that's a close game, Michigan goes on the road and plays a close game in the Horseshoe and still loses, I think there's a good credence. If it's a close game and Ohio State loses at home, nope.
Okay.
Nope. Yeah, it'll knock Ohio State out.
Yeah,
so LSU beats Georgia. Georgia has a loss. LSU moves up. Georgia moves down to 4. Michigan beats Ohio State. Ohio State moves from 2 to 5. And then TCU loses. Tennessee moves up. And then you have USC sitting there at 10-1.
You're making a lot of assumptions. I don't think LSU beats Georgia.
You don't think so?
We'll see. I mean, that's on a neutral field. I mean, if LSU does beat Georgia, they have that loss to Tennessee, which looks weird.
Yeah.
Which then begs the question, TCU, again, yeah, and this is a whole bunch of mental masturbation, but if TCU loses, do we have – apparently Max can't work the sound pad.
Oh. There you go.
If TCU loses, do we have the potential for 3 SEC teams? Again, I think we have the potential for 3 SEC teams.
Well, we do.
Which they won't do.
Which would not be cool. But at the end of the day, at least it's not like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame where everybody can get in.
No, not for 2 years. Yeah. 2024, everyone will get in.
Yeah. It becomes the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 2 years.
And then we'll see what it really means for an 8th ranked USC to compete against real teams with real budgets.
Right.
So I have a question. So hypothetically, and I'll take 20 seconds on this one. A question for Drew and Bob. So let's say hypothetically, it's the playoffs right now, and I would say, okay, Drew, I'm going to give you Alabama. You choose between these three teams that you want Alabama to play against. All right, in the playoffs, do you want Alabama to play Michigan?
To beat them? Or
No, just to play them. Just to play them. And
why Alabama? Just like
because they're number 8 right now.
Okay.
And they're sitting at 8.
Gotcha.
Alabama's number 8.
Yeah.
Would you like them to play Ohio State, Michigan, or TCU?
Well, I'm always going to say Michigan because I want Ohio State to.
Yeah, that's a great freaking game. Okay, Bob, your question is, I want to give you Clemson at number 9. Do you want Clemson to play Tennessee, TCU, Georgia?
Out of those, TCU.
TCU? You know what? I think TCU can beat Clemson this year. So when this playoff starts, I can't wait. Yeah. Because
I see where you're going with this.
You see, Drew,
you and I would be masturbating me for a minute.
Oh man, you and I'd be at a sports bar watching Michigan and Alabama. I would love that.
Yeah, and it's coming in a couple years, and that'll be fun.
Did you say it's coming?
The Roosters.
I mean, there hasn't been much change, and this is about a week late. So your teams in the 12 team playoff, you'd be looking at Alabama will be playing USC. Mm-hmm. Michigan would be playing Tulane because Ohio State would be the conference champion in Ohio State's still higher ranked than Michigan. They still have to play, but so Michigan would play Tulane. Michigan moves forward in that game. Tennessee would play Ole Miss. Goodbye, Ole Miss. Clemson would play LSU.
That would be a good game.
That would be a good game. Winner of that game gets to play Ohio State.
So that's going to be some cool stuff down the road.
What I like about that format, what they're talking about, is the fact that when you get to that first weekend, the higher ranked team gets to be at home.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Because it takes those 9, 10, 11, and 12 teams and just goes, I don't really care about you. Go away.
Hey, but if you can have one of those teams make it close, then eyeballs are gonna stick in front of they're gonna watch it. They're gonna be in front of the screen. So I think that's what they're hoping for.
Yeah,
it's gonna be great television. It'll be fun. What also is great is our little game that we play at the end of the show.
So we're not going to make fun of McCarthy and Kellen Moore.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to, you can. McCarthy speaks for himself. We all saw him.
Well, Max is wearing the Cowboys shirt. I mean,
it was cold this morning.
Give me your pledge pin. You're worthless.
Do you want Odell Beckham Jr. or do you not want Odell Beckham Jr.?
I know the Cowboys need Odell. They need to sign him for 2 years, and he needs to find a nice little home in Dallas and stay there for him to retire.
You know, Jerry usually gets these guys on the cheap. You know, they've had issues and injuries. So, yeah, I mean, bring him on board.
On a serious
it seemed like he was a model citizen when he was playing.
For a half a season.
Well, I mean, you know.
And now he's suing Nike. That's not a model NFL citizen.
Well,
hey, Nike's an evil corporation.
I think that's perfect to go to the Cowboys with the drama and the attention. But the Cowboys need a number 1 receiver. They don't have that with CeeDee Lamb.
They had one. He plays for Cleveland.
Cooper. Yeah, I don't. And I hate when the quote was, and I'm not going to tell you who said it from the Cowboys side. But hey, how was he wore number 88 and he was from the University of Miami. He said, well, how do you make CeeDee Lamb a number 1 with Cooper or Amari Cooper there? You have to move him so that way CeeDee Lamb becomes the number 1. No, you don't move Amari Cooper. You keep him there, and you keep CeeDee Lamb at number 2.
CeeDee Lamb's a great slot receiver, number 2.
Yeah.
I mean, he's good, but he's not your go-to.
He made his money at Oklahoma going down the middle.
Y'all want to do a little sports trivia?
We can do a little sports trivia.
We got that obligatory Dallas Cowboy mess out of the way.
We're a South Texas podcast. We got to talk about the Cowboys.
Oh, speaking of South Texas, man, I've been pining for this for years. It looks like San Antonio is finally going to get a downtown major league or minor league baseball team. Y'all hear about that?
No, I haven't. I know they keep on talking about it.
The Elmore Group got bought out. Some of the investors are Ginobili, David Robinson. The guy that's
Biggio.
Who?
Biggio.
Might be in there. I know the guy that's building all the
Urban Weston.
Urban Weston.
Graham Weston.
Yeah, so we've got that local leadership now. Now let's find the land and get it done. Because if you've ever been to some of these cities like Memphis, there's a couple others out there where they've made the minor league ballparks the center of one of their city's sports activities.
Oh, yeah.
And it's cool, man.
Yeah.
And
I think that is really, really cool.
hopefully for once we'll get it right and get something downtown. You know, they screwed up the AT&T Center. It's out. For those of you who don't live in San Antonio, we've got an AT&T Center that's the basketball team located in an industrial complex. We've got our minor league baseball team located in the middle of a military industrial complex.
Downtown is where it should be.
Yeah, and we've got this upside-down armadillo called the Alamo Dome right in the middle of downtown, but it's a space that really can't be used by anybody.
Well,
So,
and if VIA could figure out traffic patterns, I mean,
Yeah.
you had people for that Elton John concert who couldn't even get into the concert.
yeah, it was ridiculous. People missed that entire show. Can you imagine the money they paid? Can't go to the show.
I'd be a little mad.
All right, well, that's for a different podcast.
Okay.
On to a lighter note. You guys ready for some trivia?
Trivia time. Dun, 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 dun.
Anybody listens to our pod, feel free to play along. See if you're smarter than me, Bob, or Max.
Or the
Want to
monkey.
go counterclockwise again?
Sure.
I'll start it.
Okay.
He's putting his glasses on.
Okay, here we go. Can you hear me now? Max,
Yes.
this is pro football. A team calls timeout with 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. This timeout lasts 40 seconds, 1 minute and 30 seconds, or 1 minute and 50 seconds.
What was the first?
40 seconds, 1 minute, 30 seconds, 1 minute, 50. A team calls timeout.
I'll go with the first one, 40 seconds.
It is a 1 minute and 50-second timeout.
That long?
Max, you have been eliminated in the first round for the second week in a row.
Wow.
Give me your pledge pin.
Who am I reading this to?
Let's go ahead and give it to Bob.
Bob.
Give me all you got.
Basketball. Okay. A team is allowed how many timeouts in overtime?
Basketball?
Basketball. That's a good one.
How many? It's either 2 or 3, I think.
Well,
And I'm going to say 2.
You should have gone with 3. It's 3. It's 1, 2, or 3.
it's 3. It's actually 4. You probably got a television timeout too. All right, let me see if I can win. Let me see if I can win.
How did I get here?
And as the days go by,
Okay.
we're running. Same as it ever was. Same as it ever was. Hey, Bob.
Where did that just come from?
Did you feel the earthquake yesterday? Were you up here?
I did not feel the
I
earthquake.
said some of the high rises here felt an earthquake.
I saw the news, but then I didn't. I never felt the earthquake. Hold on a second. I got to turn something down. This is great. Wow, I have no idea how that
That's
happened.
okay. Good
Okay,
radio.
good radio. So we'll stay with golf, which means we won't stay with anything. Oh no, we've already asked this question. I can't ask that question again. So we'll stay with golf.
Okay.
John's ball lies just outside the bunker,
All right.
or a bunker. I'm assuming it's the bunker,
I've had that.
the
happen.
definitive article. As John takes his backswing from inside the bunker, his club touches the sand. Is there a penalty for this?
Been there, done it, most definitely. There is.
You are wrong.
What? Wait a minute. Oh, because if it's my if it's in the sand, you can't sweep back. But
That's the rule.
yeah. That's me flushing down your question. All right, Bob, I'm going to give you another one.
Okay.
Doggone it. I should have got that. That was stupid. Okay. During a free throw attempt, what is the minimum number of defensive players that must occupy the lane space?
2.
Now you got it. Man, that was quick.
Well, it's the first spot.
Yeah, that was good.
Okay. So, I mean, I win?
Yes, Bob.
No, don't I get a chance to rebut?
Oh,
Fine.
I mean,
We're just going to turn you down.
if I get it, we'll call it a tie. So
Okay.
Don't read this out because
You want Max? Have Max ask this
Okay.
question.
so
Give me all you got, Frank.
well, why doesn't Max get a chance?
Who do you think you are?
Because you answered wrong in the first round.
You were out.
No, but
You got knocked out.
oh
He-
yeah, that's right. Okay, Drew.
Who do you think
You're
you
right.
are,
Okay.
Frank?
What is the width of the? This is football of the field.
The width of the field. Well, do I have any choices?
Yes,
Go ahead.
as many as you want. You can just 150.
1 through 100. Just pick a number.
I think I know.
I think I
100?
know too.
150 feet, 180 feet, 140 feet, or 160 feet.
Well, I'm terrible at math, converting yards to feet. I'm going to say the first one.
Did you say 150 feet,
Yeah.
Bob? Do you know?
I have no idea.
I always thought it was like 35 yards, so I'm going to say 35. What was the least number?
140.
140, which works out to 40-ish. I'm going to say the 140.
160.
Okay. We're both wrong.
Okay, well, Bob, you're the winner.
Okay. Winner, chicken
Bob
dinner.
the belt.
Winner, chicken parm dinner.
Bob wins a free Bill Miller mug.
Which, yeah, okay.
Iced tea for 75 cents. Free refills.
Yeah.
All right, folks. Well, that's it. Hope you had fun. Again, listen to us on Spotify. If you can't watch us live on YouTube, Apple TV.
Leave a
Apple,
review.
All that stuff.
Leave a review, leave a comment.
I didn't talk about Ohio State.
You just did.
So now you haters out there have to say he talks too much about Ohio State.
2 seconds. Next weekend is going to be a good weekend for college football.
Yeah.
Great.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We'll talk about it next Thursday for show.
Sounds good.
Until then, OH.
Okay. Peace out.
Take care.
Hi-oh.